Why the internet loves Bruce again.
So Bruce has finally returned to streaming a few days ago, and as we all expected, he had a very successful first few streams back, but seeing him return has only made me realize how wrong he proved the entire internet.
Best moment of the month of September. Best moment of September was when his name came back. Best moment of the month.
Internet who once called him crazy for some of the things he was saying. You see, even though some of the things Bruce was saying months ago may have come off very negatively, it turns out that
you know why niggas miss him? You know why? Because how many fake niggas is on this platform? When he left, there was no one to watch that was good. I say, well, obviously I'm 5-star nigga, so Max, like, I don't even know. Like, I really don't even watch Twitch if I'm not streaming. Watching Bruce right now, I say Sauce, T Banks, Silky, and Max were the only niggas that I was like really watching. But yeah, bro, it's because a real nigga came back. That's why they missed the real.
That since his long departure from social media, a lot of things he once predicted or claimed have now come to light, which has made not only the internet, but a few people who he also had problems with switch up as well.
Sometimes you're right.
I'm live.
Just not right now, my.
What happened with Bruce anyway, Chad? Did he just disappear? Chad, I feel like he might have been too real for the industry, low-key. Chad, now that I look back at it, Chad, yeah, Chad, he might have been too real.
He is.
People weren't ready to hear the truth.
But how exactly did these people switch up? Why did they switch up? How has Bruce's return been thus far? Well, that's probably what you're here to figure out. But first, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button to join the Trap House with the biggest trap.
I ain't gonna fake it. The shit he was saying was the truth, but it was his delivery, bro. You can't call a nigga gay and say it's in my ass, brother, and all this crazy shit. You I mean, he's not wrong. It's just sometimes it be niggas delivery. That was crazy. And then what else? The pillow talking with the pillow talking on Kai and shit. That was lame. I gotta point out lame shit when I see it. The lame shit with Kai. The lame shit with Kai getting on Sketch ass. Basically frying the whole phase when Ron was actually fucking with him coming back. Like, you feel me? When he came back from Kick and he had came back to Twitch, wasn't Ron like one of the first niggas he hit up? Like, when they like linked, he was. And then, yeah, just fried the whole phase, niggas. That's 3 right there. And then that's pretty much it. Besides that shit, bro, he brought Osama Son on stream. He did a whole bunch of crazy shit, bro. So, besides them 3 lame things that he did, and I can't even call the phase situation lame because I don't know what the fuck really happened. I just know he don't fuck with them no more. And then Aiden, I don't know what happened with Aiden either. I really can't speak on too much, but I definitely can speak on the Kai shit and the Sketch shit. That was 2 of the lamest things he did.
And while you're at it, don't forget to click that very first link down below in my description to join my Discord server and become an official member of the community. Now with all of that being said, let's get into why the internet loves Bruce Drop 'Em Off again. Okay, so to start, by now most of you should know who Bruce Drop 'Em Off is. He was at one point and arguably still is one of the biggest streamers in the world. He originally built his career off of trolling within the 2K community, but as time progressed, he also progressed as a streamer as well. He was always improving his content and coming up with great ideas over the years, and he went from being the annoying kid trolling on 2K to becoming one of the most respected streamers in the industry. Throughout the years, he's always prioritized one thing in his career, and it wasn't money or clothes. Instead, he focused on building a strong core audience, which became known as his community, D.
Wasn't money or clothes. Do you see what this nigga rock? What the fuck?
You see, over time, DEO became a very strong part of Bruce's success. His chat became more than just the average chat. They actually ended up becoming a strong part of his content. Whether it was him going through Reddit posts or simply doing text-to-speech confessions, it's without a doubt that DEO has for sure.
I don't know if this is copying or not, but I have to have this nigga Lucky on my shit, bro. I gotta have Lucky on stream, bro. Fuck, I gotta have this nigga on. This is like a dream. This is a dream stream for me.
Helped Bruce get to where he's at today. In fact, they seem to be the only people on the internet that Bruce could lean on throughout his entire departure away from social media. You see, at one point, Bruce was loved by many people within the streaming community, and he's often regarded as the bridge that brought two completely different sides of Twitch together. Like before him, there weren't many streamers at all that you would see doing a collab with a streamer like Misgift, while also being able to do a collab with a streamer like Duke Dennis. In better terms, he was the person that helped bring together what was once known as the Poggers and the WNL community. And these two communities colliding would basically become the normal on today's Twitch.
Wait, so what do you do for a living?
I'm a referee. Nah, it's a men's basketball league. I'm from South Carolina, so like I'm a referee in a men's basketball league.
Yo, Misgift talking to Duke Dennis is like, this is one of the things I would never ever think would happen. Like, this is literally the weirdest conversation I have ever listened to in my life.
So with Bruce being such a popular and loved streamer, building a core audience and unifying an entire platform, how exactly did all of this love that he once had all over the internet turn into nothing but hate? Well, it really all began back in spring of 2023, around the time Bruce hit
Let me add another event, the DDG situation, which I don't even know why it happened, bro. DDG gets so mad at niggas when they don't fuck with their music just because he was friends with his friends. So what? You got mutual friends and he don't fuck with your shit. That is weird. That's weird. This whole shit started because the nigga ain't like his music and told Lucky that.
million subscribers on YouTube. On the night he was meant to celebrate accomplishing this milestone, he ended up in a Discord call with two of his closest friends at the time, Urage and Castanet, and these two would eventually end up inviting DDG to the call in hopes of squashing a very minor beef that Bruce and DDG had at the time. But this whole thing ended up going terribly and will only further the ongoing problems that the two of them had.
But I can respect to where you want to have a real life conversation.
Conversation
Wait, pause,
before,
I just
right?
hit 30K subs, DDG still at 700. Yo, chat, thank you for the
30K, chat.
Thank you for the 30K.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay, listen. I have a question.
Beyond this streaming shit, I'ma see this shit, bro. See what he doing, bro? Like,
Hold on. Bruce, I got a question for you, Bruce. I have a question for you. Come back to your chair.
After all of this took place, it started seeming like Bruce could not keep his name out of drama at all. And this would only further after he switched over to the Kick streaming platform. You see, when this whole platform war was going on,
fucked me up, bro. I was in the Kick streams when it was like 3,000 niggas in there, 1,000 niggas. It's like, damn.
It seemed like the streamers who were on the different platforms
I literally
started
got
beefing
kicked
as well, because
watch
this is where
this
some of
nigga,
the
bro.
tensions began arising with streamers like Bruce and
And to
Castanet.
watch that
Shortly
Aiden
after
and
switching over to
Playboy
Kick,
Cardi
everything
stream.
would begin going downhill for Bruce after some damaging
Where to go to the gym for free band? Okay. Is it?
DMs would get leaked of him
I had to push my shit back 2 weeks, man.
sneak this in a bunch of popular streamers such as Aiden Ross, Asho Speed, even his closest friends Castanet and Rage. Those messages getting leaked really hurt everything that Bruce had going on. After this, he started receiving a lot of hate online. People began calling him things like a snake, and it really just started to pile up, which ultimately led to Bruce becoming less consistent and his viewership steadily dropping. Now, I personally don't believe that the viewership decrease had anything to do with him being in drama or the messages getting leaked, things like that. I think it had everything to do with him just streaming on Kick, because once he returned back to Twitch a little while later, his viewership will once again skyrocket. But unfortunately, even with his viewership going back up, the hatred that he was receiving on the internet practically stayed the same. At the time, every opinion Bruce had was basically looked at as hating, whether he was talking about streamers view botting. Everyone looked at this like he was just hating, or he was jealous because he fell off and other people were doing good. It was just always looked at very negatively. negatively, but now months later, everyone on the internet is starting to realize that viewbotting within the streaming industry is actually a very real problem.
So stop viewbotting.
so
Everybody in the
wild.
streaming industry, stop viewbotting, bro. Like I'm talking to y'all as streamers. Y'all know who I'm talking to too, bro.
That's so
Stop
wild.
trying to make yourselves seem bigger than what y'all is, bro. Just work for that shit, gang.
But you see, that wasn't the only thing that Bruce was getting hate for, because he had also ended up in a beef with the entire FaZe clan after people started coming into his chat spamming Lacey Live, which was originally just meant to be a troll, but he ended up completely crashing out and snapping on FaZe in general.
Nigga, you think I give a f if Lacey is live? Nigga, f that fat white ass nigga. You think I give a f? Nigga, f FaZe.
This ended up sparking a reply from the former FaZe CEO Banks, which led to the two of them getting into like a back and forth on social
Why
media.
Banks
that
thought he could
lasted
low
for a
bro him
few
though?
days.
That shit's so crazy.
What?
Yo, just know I'm smacking the shit.
What? Okay.
So I'm gonna fly your bitch out. I'm gonna fuck your bitch. Hey, I don't know though, cause I seen Dana pop out to a fucking FaZe party like a couple weeks later though. I remember that. I was watching Max stream and I seen her there. It was so wild, bro. I remember that.
And fucking your bitch.
For real?
But I'm gonna take one. Watch, I'm gonna make an example out of you. We both know that. I'm
Yeah, thank you, bro.
Tonight, tomorrow.
And he
But
was
you
right
see,
about
during
that
night
crypto
that
shit.
exchange
Yeah,
took
this
place,
nigga.
Bruce had mentioned that FaZe
guru.
has something on the way involving crypto, which you guys know crypto and content creators has always been like a weird, sketchy thing.
Hate, bro. And just wait until y'all see that crypto shit that they up to, twin. They got something cooking, twin. That's why all these trying to. Hey, bro, I ain't gonna say too much. I'ma just laugh for right now, bro, cause y'all don't get it. So I'ma just laugh, bro. But just remember what the fuck I'm talking about, bro. All right. That's all I'm gonna do.
Exactly a year
Is
later.
laugh.
He was
And
right.
sure enough, months later, FaZe Banks, the person who he was having this exchange with, would go viral all over social media for being involved in an alleged crypto scam with some type of like pump and dump scheme that he tried to pin on Aiden Ross, and this all led to him stepping down as the FaZe CEO due to the hate he was receiving online. So while all of this was unfolding in the eyes of the internet, Bruce was completely offline. He wasn't streaming at all, he wasn't posting videos, there was no content being posted at all from Bruce Drop 'Em Off. The most that the internet would see is a random fit pic maybe once every 2 or 3 months. But even with him being on this extended hiatus, it will only help fans realize that maybe Bruce wasn't some crazy addict who was hating on everything. Instead, maybe, just maybe, he actually had a point all along. And when people came to this realization, that's when Bruce really started to win the internet back over. Even streamers like XQC would admit that he personally thought that Bruce was a bit too real for the streaming world.
What happened with Bruce anyway, Chad? Did he just disappear? Chad, I feel like he might have been too real for the industry, low-key. Chad, now that I look back at it, Chad, yeah, Chad, he might have been too real.
At the end of the day, real niggas are needed for this world to thrive. Twitch was fucking dying. I'm not gonna lie. All these niggas switching to the IRL, John. Everybody switching to IRL. We had came back when So came back, but when he left, what the fuck did we have? And then Max got hurt. Shit, my nigga. Max, he's like the best of both worlds. Like he'll kill shit desktop, he'll kill shit IRL. That's why I fuck with Max. But and on top of him being a real nigga. But besides him, like who else? Like, you feel me? Who else? Who else? Real niggas are needed to thrive. Real niggas are needed for the world to thrive.
People weren't ready to hear the truth a little bit.
So basically, in my eyes, this is really like a prime example of not knowing what you have until it's gone, and that it in this situation was gone for basically a year. There was always growing optimism that he was going to return at some point. In fact, the entire DEO got pump faked a few times. I think the pump fake that fooled everyone was the most recent message that he had put into his offline chat, where he claimed that he was going to see us within a week. And throughout that entire week, fans were up in his offline chat just waiting for him to spark a stream, and that stream never ended up happening. But he ended up making it all up to his community and the rest of the internet on September the 11th. He had put out a tweet from his burner around 1 PM saying that he was happy to let us know that a hashtag say was coming later today. And for those of you that don't know, every time before Bruce goes live, he always tweets out say from his main account. It's kind of tradition at this point. So when fans saw this, they ended up getting their hopes up, and this time he didn't disappoint. Bruce had finally went live for the first time in ages, and the energy was a lot different than it was around the time he left. He was being
My dad, like, unironically made hot dogs that day. Like, he just made that shit for dinner and he went live that day. It was a great fucking day.
showered with love, peaking at over 50,000 viewers and gaining over 10,000 subs, all within his very first return stream. And during the stream, of course, he would try his best to keep the energy very positive, even telling fans how much he's grown as a person over his 9-month departure.
Your boy got saved, man. Your boy got saved, all right? This is probably one of the greatest moments in my life. Can't even lie. Right? I was very, very, very proud of myself for like taking this step. All right. Now, my testament is crazy, bro. I just wanted all, like, I just hated the fact that I had such a negative heart at one point in time, you know? When my favorite thing to do is to make people smile. That wasn't me, bro, at all. Like, at all. Like, it's just, bro, you realize a lot about yourself when you put yourself in solitude.
Now, with this return, as I said, everything was basically completely different. Like, even the people he was beefing with when he left started showing a lot of love, starting with DDG. Now, DDG was probably Bruce's biggest beef thus far in his career, which is why it was kind of weird seeing DDG show this love, because even over the course of the 9 months Bruce was gone, DDG was constantly kicking Bruce while he was down. I mean, I could literally probably make an entire video of the trolling DDG was doing, like, the entire time. Like, they even got into a minor...
Bro, this nigga DDG might be the fucking epitome of money can't own me, my nigga. He was gone for 8 months and you couldn't keep that nigga name out your mouth. Shit was sick. Nigga went to Streamer University, was shitting on him. Before that was shitting on him. Recruiting niggas to shit on him. Jesus.
Back and forth while he was off the internet. I don't even know how that's possible. But at the end of the day, when he returned, DDG did end up showing him some love by gifting him some subscribers.
DDG, thank you for the 20 get the subs.
Which is a technique that he did tell his students about in Streamers University, and he also used this method with Soluminati.
Yeah, I seen DDG going, bro, listen, no bad blood towards DDG, none of that. I see, bro, one thing y'all gotta understand about this DDG. He's a master at content, bro.
And so far, it seems like this method has been working for DDG because it did squash the beef with him and So, and now it seems like it's working with Bruce as well. Because when he gifted those subs, Bruce didn't say anything negative about him. He hasn't trolled him yet. It's basically been all positive, which led to DDG going live the next day to officially squash the beef with Bruce on his end.
Nah, y'all, if y'all think I'm still holding a grudge about some shit from a year ago, bro, y'all gotta understand, like, and I'm sure he could say the same thing. Bro, niggas got real lives, real motion going on. Like, it ain't that deep. It ain't that deep. And one thing I will say about him though, that I respect, when me and him was doing our little going back and forth online, he ain't never brought up no family. He ain't never brought up the girl I was with at the time. He ain't never brought up, you know what I'm saying? He ain't never brought up nothing that was like over the line, and I ain't either. You feel me? So it really, it's never been that deep whatsoever. It was roasting me about fucking sub counts. Like, who gives a fuck? At the end of the day.
Now, to my knowledge, Bruce hasn't replied to anything DDG said during that stream at all. Obviously, he thanked him for the gifted subs, but other than that, he hasn't really said much about DDG. But the love for Bruce wouldn't stop at DDG, because even Lacey, a person who literally caused the entire beef with FaZe, even he would end up giving Bruce his flowers in the recent stream as well.
Bruce is one of the only people who could sit at a desk for 10 hours and keep an entire chat engaged without having to go IRL. That's not suck. That's literally just speaking facts.
Now, I'm gonna be honest, I do love the positivity and everything that's going on. I love that the internet is back siding with Bruce, but I must say, I do think it's a little fake that all of these streamers are showing
You know
love.
how
It's
Doug unites Atlanta when he drops and shit? I feel like that's Bruce with Twitch. Every time he come back and do some crazy shit, Twitch unites.
Even about like
I don't
holding
even
grudges
think
or
that's
anything
crazy
like
to
that.
say.
It's more so from a standpoint of like, I don't think these streamers would be showing as much love if Bruce came back averaging like 2 to 3K viewers. Like they might have been saying he fell off or something like that. Because when I say like he was getting kicked while he was down the whole 9 months, he was literally getting kicked while he was down. So to wrap it up, thus far the return of Bruce has been going great. He's definitely flipped the switch for his entire career. So far in just 2 streams, he's averaged 30,000 viewers, peaking at over 70,000 viewers with that as well. And not to mention, he's also gained nearly 20,000 subscribers. These are literally numbers that Bruce was pulling off in the early prime of his career. And not to mention, he's doing all of this while the Mafia-thon is going on and while Speed is doing a whole marathon tour as well. So while it still may be a bit too early to tell exactly how this is going to pan out, to me, I think it's fair to say that we're definitely going to see Bruce get back into like the prime of his career, where he was one of the biggest desktop streamers. But that's just my personal opinion. As you guys know, the only opinion that really matters to me is you guys' opinion. So with that being said, be sure to comment down below and let me know, how do you feel about this entire situation? Do you guys think the love Bruce has been seeing from these streamers are genuine? How do you feel about his return? Do you think he'll stick around this time? Just be sure to let me know something down below in the comments. And while you're at it, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button to join me on my journey to 25,000 subscribers. And while you're at it, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to give me a thumbs up. If you didn't enjoy the video, be sure to give me a thumbs down. Any feedback is good feedback to me.
Fire.
And as always, I appreciate
Good
all
video. Shout out Bruce. Love him, man. DEL for life.